All right. What is up, everyone, and welcome to another The Random Encounter podcast, episode 35. I'm your host, James, and as always, I'm joined by Big Mike
What's up, everybody?
and Phaneckswhy.
How's it going?
Yeah, Ash didn't make it today. We don't know why, but he's not here today. So yeah, maybe he'll be on next week. But we have a bunch of stuff to cover today because we did not do the podcast last week, unfortunately. But we will make it up by talking with a little bit about some stuff that happened last week. But this week there was a bunch of stuff that happened. But before I get into all of that, I would like to thank all 200 subscribers on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys coming out supporting our videos. And helping us out, and everybody who's shared the word for our channel. We really do appreciate that. I mean, it's took in, we've gotten here in about 5 months or something like that, and yeah, we're getting there. We do appreciate all your support because we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you, and as well as all 93 followers on Twitch, we also appreciate you all, and every subscriber that we get also on Twitch. But without further ado, we are going to skip the what we're playing since there's a lot of stuff to cover. So we're going to start off with the small news. Starting with Darker and Darker had a DMCA takedown. So if you guys know the game Darker and Darker, which is like it's a Dungeons and Dragons take on, I guess, like Escape from Tarkov, from what somebody explained to me or like described it. And basically, it's made by the developers called Iron Mace, and Iron Mace is made up of ex-Nexon employees. And Nexon is trying to go after Iron Mace because they said they stole like source code or something from them. So like Iron Mace is a small team. They're only made up of 20 employees, where Nexon is a huge team, and they mainly make like mobile games. I don't know if any, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know, I don't know of any PC games or any console games that they've made. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's the first time I've ever heard of a company going after another company of ex-employees because something happened. So that's interesting.
There's some bad blood there for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they probably left for a reason, and they didn't like that.
Yeah.
The next thing is Honkai Star Rail launches April 26th on PC and mobile, with a PS4 and PS5 version coming out soon. For those of you who don't know that, it's from the makers of Genshin Impact. It's apparently a sequel to their other game, not Genshin Impact, but they had another game called shoot, I forgot what the name of it is now. It's like Honkai something. But they have another game that was played similar to like Genshin Impact. It wasn't as popular. This sequel is actually more turn-based, but it's kind of the same mechanics. It's like a futuristic world. Graphics look like Genshin Impact. It's just with it being turn-based. But yeah, it comes out April 26th on PC and mobile. And then PS4 and PS5 version are in the works. Sonic Origin Plus was also announced, which I'm actually kind of excited for because I did skip down Sonic Origins, mainly because Sonic the Hedgehog 3 does not have what everybody believes to be the Michael Jackson music. I don't know. Have they proven that Michael Jackson did work on Sonic the Hedgehog 3? Has that been proven yet, or is still nobody knows?
I don't know. I think it's an urban legend.
You think it's an urban legend?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I read about it on Snopes or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's very reliable.
Yeah. I mean, and it's one of those things we'll never know because Michael Jackson is dead, and I don't think Sega will ever talk about it. But that's one reason why I skipped. But what got me interested in this is they're adding all the Game Gear games in it, which is nice. You can't really play the Game Gear games anywhere else but emulation, so it's kind of cool that they're adding that. But that is coming out. I didn't write the release date there. It's coming out sometime this year. I don't remember when. I think they said the summer, I believe. And that's kind of it. Oh yeah, and then the CMA is closer to approving the Xbox Activision deal. It looks like that they are leaning on approving it. A lot of countries and their like antitrust like organizations or whatever government bodies have decided that it is not a what's the right word I'm looking for? Not like, I guess, a monopoly, or like Xbox is not going to be overpowered if they buy Activision, which I think it's true. I mean, we've seen the charts, we've seen everything where PlayStation dominates the console market. I mean, outside of Nintendo, right? Between PlayStation and Xbox, PlayStation is the dominant body, and Xbox is just kind of like, they're kind of there, right?
Well, yeah, Game Pass has pretty much died down in the past like a few months.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing notable that came out on it. Like, Atomic Heart is the only thing I can think of off the top of my head, but
Same. Like I don't know of any big games. And me personally, I play more like Japanese based games, so like they've been slacking with that too. Not too many games have come out. Like when I first got my Series X, I was excited because you had Dragon Quest, you had all these other awesome games available, and now they're all gone. So it's like, well, why do
Is
I
it not
have?
on Game Pass anymore?
Nope,
Oh, really?
Dragon Quest left. Yeah, I think the only one that's there is Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is a great game. If you haven't played Dragon Quest Builders, I highly recommend it. Because I'm not a big Minecraft person, but it's like Minecraft meets Zelda. So there's like story elements to it. It's played similar to like the top-down Zeldas, but it has building elements like Minecraft. And there's a story. Like I said, there's a story that you could go through. So highly recommend that game. But other than that, like nothing else on there I really care about. I mean, there's the Yakuza games, but like I started them on PlayStation. If I'm gonna play it somewhere else, I'm gonna finish it on like my Steam Deck or something. Julian said Superman N64 is the GOAT. Yeah, they did that April
Oh my
Fool where
god,
they
bro.
said ET and Superman 64 is coming to games with gold. I thought that was kind of funny. Like two of the worst games ever made. Which fun fact, I used to like the Superman 64 game because I would watch the Superman the animated series. And I was like, oh, this was the only way to play through with Superman N64. At least I thought I liked it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I hated the game, but I try to like it because I had to play it. I don't know. uh, let's see. Yeah, so let's get into our main topics. First one we're gonna talk about is because I'm going out of order here. Let's start off with The Last Ronin because I do want to talk about that. I think we're all Ninja Turtle fans here, right? Anybody here not a Ninja Turtles fan? Mike, you guys hate Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, they're the worst thing that ever
Yeah.
happened to society, bro.
You hate teenagers that wear
I hate
bandanas.
teenagers. I hate turtles. I hate, ninja stuff, bro. It's just the worst. I hate rats.
You hate giant rats that talk.
Yeah.
Oh man, how about you, fan? You hate them all too?
No, I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know a little bit about The Last Ronin. I didn't read the entire graphic novel, but I know a
No.
little bit about
I
it.
actually just bought the graphic novel on Amazon. It was on sale for like $20.
Did you get the digital or the physical?
Physical.
Physical? Did it come in yet or
Yeah.
no?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Nice. It would have been nice
Yeah.
to have it today to show off.
Right.
So we won't talk spoilers. Like if you know the story of The Last Ronin, we won't talk about spoilers there. You can go somewhere else. Do you know the story of it, fan?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't read the entire graphic novel, but I read some of it,
Okay.
so I know the premise.
Yeah. So the overall arch of what The Last Ronin is that it takes place like in a different universe, and all the turtles have died except one. And basically, the first issue is kind of like the mystery is who is that turtle that's alive, and they don't tell you because the turtle that's being used there has everybody's weapons. So like you're like it could be Ralph, it could be Mikey, it could be Donatello, it could be Leonardo. It could be any one of those. So like you're kind of guessing throughout the whole first what's it called? First chapter, I guess, or first book or whatever you want to call it. And that's kind of like the interesting thing. And it's a post-apocalyptic, I guess, world where Shredder kind of wins. And so like you're going through and you're actually having to be a real ninja, which is kind of weird, like because Ronins are usually samurais, and I believe Ronins were just like mercenary samurais. Am I right, Mike?
They,
They're
they
masterless.
Or
yeah,
master? Okay, yeah. So I thought that was kind of weird. Like, why would you call it Ronin? It would be, I don't know what you would call.
because he lost his clan, I guess he technically did lose his master.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean? Like, so.
Yeah. So it's a nice story. I kind of did like a skim read and read through it and like found out all the story bits, and I thought it was pretty awesome. The coolest thing about this though, it's made from the original creators of the Ninja Turtles. So like if you remember, like OG Ninja Turtles was actually very serious. They were written in a very mean, like gritty way. Before they went, with a blue, orange, purple, and red bandana. They all had red bandanas. They were all seen more, I guess, like not
Mean.
evil, but more like mean. Yeah, more serious take on before they went and started gearing more towards kids. And it's kind of interesting to see because according to the story they had is when they were writing the comics, they had this story of a single turtle being alive and all that other stuff, and they were going through it, and they just never used it. So then fast forward to, I believe this story came out in 2019, I believe 2018, so it's fairly new. And they were like, hey, let's use these pieces we already have and build upon that. So they went back to that project and kind of continued, which was pretty cool. I thought that was awesome. But they officially announced that they are working on a Ninja Turtles game based off the last Ronin, and it's going to be played like God of War. What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you think that means?
I think it's just going to be a third person action game.
Okay.
I think they're just using God of War because it's hype, and they're trying to get people hyped. Like, but I think it's just going to be a third person action, like kind of like adventure game, like God of War is. But I don't think it's going to be like a clone.
Yeah. What about
Let's
you,
hope
Fan?
not.
I'm with you on that, but what do you think they're saying by that?
I mean, that's probably the only way they can explain it, that it's just going to be a third-person action game. But they want to tie it to a franchise that's like doing semi-well, right? Because I mean, the last God of War game wasn't as good as like the one before that one.
Yeah.
But it's still like up there, It's not like,
well, sales wise, it did great. I think
that's
what they care about.
That's what I mean. Like, it's still tied to a franchise that's doing well. They probably wouldn't want to say, oh, it's going to be like Assassin's Creed style game, because those games have been going downhill.
Yeah.
So you don't want to tie it to a franchise that's in the gutter or heading towards the gutter. But I'm hoping it's not exactly like God of War.
I don't think it will be.
Yeah, I really would love them to do like the stealth elements. Right.
That's just clickbait. I feel like that's just like a clickbait thing to get people to read the article.
Yeah,
because go back to the roots and make it more stealth based.
I think it will be, because it said that you're going to be able to use everyone's weapons too. So it's going to be like, I think it's going to be a great game if they do it right.
And you'll be able to play as all the turtles too. They said you will play as all the turtles, but if you know the story, like there's flashback sequences in the story, so I assume it will be.
Well, from what I read, it was you talk to the turtles when they're spirits.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you
for the game.
Yeah, for the game. For the game. Oh. They said, from what I read, they said that like you see the other turtles as like kind of like spirits. So I think it's just like,
or he just going
like
crazy.
Cutscenes. Yeah.
He's just talking to himself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's in the comics too. Like he does talk to all the turtles, because like he is going crazy, So it's interesting. Like at that, like honestly, in my head, I think a Ninja Turtles game is going to be more like Batman. I see that being more. I think that would have been a better comparison, right? Like, hey, we're going to make this AAA Ninja Turtles game, but it's going to be played like Batman Arkham games. I would be hyped for that more. Like, I hope it, like, I'm like with you. I hope it's not played like God of War, because Kratos is very slow and sluggish, and I don't want that.
But so is Batman in those games. I would want something a little bit more fluid.
Quicker.
Like,
Well, but I mean, he does like swing around, like he can, climb up and hide, and there's stealth elements, right? Like, stealth kills.
Yeah.
Which I would want you to be, like a ninja, But I'm saying like Batman style would be better. Make it quicker. Like take a nod from like Tenchu, right? Be able to use like stuff that like Tenchu does, and then add that to the Ninja Turtles game. I think that would be cool.
Unfortunately, they can't say that. They can't say that it's going to be something similar, because no one's played that game in years.
No. Batman or
Tenchu? No, Tenchu.
Oh, Tenchu. Oh, okay,
yeah. Like no one's played Tenchu in years.
Yeah.
So
or say Ghost of Tsushima or something, like I don't know. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima too. Like, there's no. I don't think there's any. Was there swing? Oh yeah, you do get like a grapple hook type thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is maybe like Sekiro, where you use the travel way you travel with the grappling hook. But then if you say that, then like, oh, it's going to be like a freaking Souls-like game.
That's true. Yeah. Just say it's
the
going to be a
combat
good
needs
game.
to be fluid. It just needs to be not as slow as, like, I feel like he needs to move quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like than like Kratos or Batman or something like that.
And that's my worry. It's like, who will develop that game? Like,
doesn't it already have a developer?
To my knowledge, I thought it didn't. I thought they haven't said there was a developer. Like, because to me, like, I'm thinking like outside of like exclusive publishers, because I doubt Warner Brothers or even like Rocksteady are gonna do it, because this game we know it's not going to happen within the next year or two.
You just gotta see who owns the rights, and then from there you can kind of gauge who's gonna make it.
Paramount does, and Nickelodeon, they own the rights to Ninja Turtles. So for me, I would say hopefully the only other developer I think they can make a decent game that's like that would be what do they call Team Ninja, who does like the Neo games, and they did Wukong or not Wukong, what's it
Ninja
called?
Gaiden series, yeah.
They did Ninja Gaiden. They did what's it? Wulong Fallen Dynasty. They did, and if you play Wulong Fallen Dynasty, like your movements are very like ninja like. You're very quick. You know, there's a lot of like jumping and all that stuff. So I think they would make a pretty cool Ninja Turtles game if you give them a chance.
I could see them doing the fighting mechanics from Neo, just because you have like you can switch stances.
Yeah.
And then you have multiple different styles of weapons you can switch between. So
that's true. You can do like staff and nunchucks and swords and all that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That style mixed with the stealth mechanics.
Yeah. Just probably add more stealth elements to it. They'll make it like a Neo game. Just put it more. I mean, go back to those Ninja Gaiden roots. Well, I guess Ninja Gaiden was more hack and slash than stealthy, but you know, use Tenchu as an example. So what's everyone's favorite turtle? I want to know that. Let's start with you, Mike. What's your favorite turtle?
Hold on. I'm trying to see if they have a game developer.
Oh, developer?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you do that then. How about you, Fan? What's your favorite turtle?
I mean, growing up, like younger, it was Raph. But like when they've done like the reboots of like who they are now, like I would probably say like Donatello, probably now.
What do you mean by who they are now? Are you talking about like the most recent Nickelodeon like cartoon, or
even like not even like right now, but even like within the last like decade.
Okay.
Because they've slowly changed like how they kind of like design them as well as like characters a little bit. So yeah.
To me, it's Raph, and like anything after that to the early, was it like 2013, like, or I think it started like 2010 or 11 cartoon that they did on Nickelodeon, which was really good. Like I think they pictured like Raph perfectly. All the turtles were like there perfectly. And I've always liked him because he's basically he's definitely the backbone of the team in that show. Like he's there. He's there to do what
Leo can't.
Well, exactly. So like where Leo can't make the hard decisions, he's there. And that's what I've always liked about him. In the cartoon, they did show him do that a lot more. Hey, Ash is showing up.
Now like the more like recent, like even in the live action ones, he's still the hothead, but he's like a dumb muscled hothead.
I hate that.
You know?
They gave him the Knuckles treatment. Remember in Sonic Boom how Knuckles, I'm not sure if you guys seen Sonic Boom, but they made Knuckles like this big buff guy, but he's super dumb. I hate that. And I don't know what is up with like red characters.
It's just the trope, dude. Like they try to, it's like every group needs that muscular dumb guy, like, and they make everyone that.
Yeah, and
because he's not dumb.
He's not. Yeah, he was always smart. Like if anything, I think even correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe like they even had at one point Splinter said like he would have led the group if he was more calm compared to like Leonardo.
Yeah.
Like even the movie, I was rewatching the old 90s movie, and like even there, like he goes on his own and he was never dumb. Like he was smart and he knew stuff was going on. What got him in trouble was that he would act on his own, and that's what kind of hurt him. And like that cartoon, the 2010 cartoon, like kind of says the same thing. It's like, yeah, you know, he could have led it, but you know, he was just too hot-headed and too on his own and stuff like that. So did you find a developer, Mike? No.
They just said it's in early stages of development. So
yeah.
So we'll talk about it in like 10 years.
Yeah, exactly, right. So who's your favorite turtle?
Me? I would probably have to say Michelangelo, probably.
Michelangelo?
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice. I mean, he was always the comedian of the group.
Yeah.
And he was always funny. Like he was
chill.
Yeah.
He was like your typical stoner of the group, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he was there. I liked him. Hey, Ash, welcome to the party.
Hey guys, just got back from sleeping, so I apologize.
No worries.
But, hello.
No worries. We were just talking about the last Ronin. No spoilers. We didn't give any spoilers to anything that's going on, but just overall, like what our thoughts on that is. And we just ended the topic. But since we're ending it, and we were just asking, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Raphael. I always like the more strong, more masculine characters throughout any group and stuff. Yeah. So I always associate Raphael with Vegeta a lot. So it's great.
I can see some comparisons, except that I can see the comparison between Vegeta and Raphael. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree. Like, but in video games, I would say Donatello because his staff reaches far, so it's like he's OP'd. Every Ninja Turtle video game you had to play as Donatello.
Of course.
Fun fact: I call
staffs are always OP, like in any game.
Fun fact: I always call my son. His name is Dante, but I'll call him Donnie. Sometimes.
Wow.
I'll call him Donnie, or sometimes I call him Donnie Yen because I like Donnie Yen too. So it's like,
Jesus.
Okay. But I call him Dante because we all know who Dante is, right? Right? Nobody knows who Dante is.
From Devil May Cry.
Yeah, from Devil May Cry. Yeah. Exactly.
There was a
or Dante's Inferno.
There's a crossover in the comics for Ninja Turtles where they get the power morphers.
I haven't seen that.
They get the power morphers, and then the Power Rangers retrain themselves to fight as ninjas. And
that's interesting.
The way it works is that there is a evil version of the Green Ranger called Lord Draken.
I do remember that. Yeah. I did see that.
He's like a mix between the White and the Green Ranger combined. He's just like an alternate reality version from a parallel universe who's evil.
Because I saw the Street Fighter Cross Power Rangers. They did a comic for that. Where
I've seen that.
Yeah,
that looks so cool.
Yeah, like literally, like the name is the Ryu Ranger, and it's just Ryu as a Power Ranger.
Such a cool concept.
But I think you can do that in the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I think you can play that character.
You can. Yep. Yeah. You can. And it was cool because they did a live action one, and they had like Jason David Frank play Tommy in there, and he played both Lord Draken or whatever his name is, and he also played what was his character in there? Was he the Green Ranger or the White Ranger? I don't remember. He was one of the Rangers in the little short, and then they also had some of the other Power Rangers reprise their role as that, but it was like a darker take. It was pretty cool. I thought that was awesome. Speaking of Power Rangers, I'm definitely excited to watch the Once and Forever or something like that. Power Rangers.
Once movie? A Ranger, always a Ranger.
No, it's
or Once and for All a Ranger.
Yeah, that one. I'm excited for that because it has the OG Power Rangers coming back. So I'm super excited.
I have a feeling that Jason might be in there for some other reasons.
He's not.
Despite the fact he's gone.
He's not.
You don't think so? Why?
No, they talked about it. He actually turned down the role.
Oh, really?
They filmed and everything before all the filming and stuff had already finished before he actually passed. So he actually turned it down. But they said that his stunt double in like a lot of the stunts is going to be playing the Green Ranger. So I don't think he'll be taking his helmet off.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
See, I actually thought it was going to be what's his name? Jason or not Jason, Johnny Young Bosch being the Green Ranger because he's in there. Like they show him, and they show all 5 Rangers. I
forgot Johnny Young Bosch was
6 Rangers.
Also Power Rangers. Wow.
Yeah, he was. He was the second Black Ranger. Yeah, he was one of I've always liked the Black Ranger. So I like when Zach was a Ranger, and then I like Adam, and then after that, like the Black Ranger went downhill. But they were like my 2 favorite. I always liked them. But yeah, moving on to the next topic. Now that Ash is here, actually, we're going to talk about this now. Resident Evil 4. How are you guys liking it? I know Fan hasn't gotten it, but Mike and Ash, I know both of you have been playing it. What do you guys think about the game?
It's good. I'm not very far. I'm literally like almost at the end of chapter 2. Like I feel so. I haven't really had a chance to play it, but so far so good.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me is the voice of the new salesman.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people's criticisms about that.
It's because he doesn't sound the same. Like that's really the thing. He doesn't even say the same lines, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, but other than that, like, yeah, the graphics are great. It's good. Like, so far the gameplay is good. I like it.
Yeah. What about you, Ash? I know you've been playing it.
I'm on chapter 12. Fucking love the game. I mean, excuse my language, but like straight up, there are some small gripes with the game. I have to say. To begin with, don't like the new Ada Wong voice. I feel like that change was worse than the new merchant's voice. To be perfectly honest with you, but yeah, I still love the game overall. The changes they made, I feel like they didn't really mess up the actual charm of the game overall. And yeah, it's I've been having a blast with it and stuff on PC. So how far have you gotten, James?
I think I don't know. I think I want to say chapter 10 maybe.
Chapter 10? Okay.
Yeah, I just got to the part where Luis died. Or I just finished that part. So I had to fight Krauser for the first time.
Spoiler, bro.
Spoiler on a over 10
Spoiler for 2005 game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that character died in the original game too, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, no spoiler then. Right.
Oh, my bad. I was just being funny. Y'all way too serious today. Like,
do you guys remember when Sakurai spoiled the death for Aerith on his own live stream?
Oh yeah, I remember he said that. And then
he was just saying the game's old, bro.
Yeah,
bro, oh God,
I heard the whole team was saying spoilers. He's like, the game came out in 1997. How's that a spoiler? Like, that was funny. Because I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, it reminds me of Mike. Because like, Mike always was like, no, it's an old game. How's that a spoiler?
I kind of respect Sakurai for that because it was like, man, I'm Sakurai. I don't give a damn. It's 97. Give it a rest. Play the game. So
so it's funny thing, I've been playing like half. I've so far played half on my Steam Deck and half on my PC because I've been streaming it. And the Steam Deck, I had to play the village section at a lower resolution. And what happens is when you lower the game like lower than 720p, the reticle for the handgun disappears, so you cannot see where you're aiming. And I had to play the whole village section, basically. Well, half of the village section.
The village from the beginning.
I mean,
yeah, in the beginning, because
you didn't have to. You just chose to do it.
That's true. I didn't have to, but like
it ran fine on mine.
But you're playing on what frame rate are you playing at?
It was on. I was getting a solid 40.
Really? Because I had to lower mine to get 40. But are you using FSR, like performance, or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't using FSR 2 performance. I switched to FSR 1 because I thought I would get better performance. And it was stable. Like, I got a stable 40. It's just I couldn't see where I was aiming. So I was doing good for the most part. And then I got to a part where you had to fight the giant dog. I don't think you're there yet, Mike. But it's like a giant dog you have to fight. And I kept dying because I could not see because it's dark, it's raining, and everything's just black. And I can't see.
I know what you're talking about.
Where am I aiming? And I was missing like 90% of my shots because the dog is so fast and moves around. I was like, you know what? Screw it. So I stopped playing it, and then I played it on stream and beat it because I can see.
It's definitely not a good Steam Deck game. Like it plays okay, but it's frustrating at times.
The aiming feels off. Like the right thumbstick when I'm aiming, it doesn't feel as solid as playing with my 8-bit do on my my PC. So I don't know if it's like the Steam controller. I don't think so because I played other games on there fine, but like it just seems off for some reason. Like if I aim, it just wants to jump everywhere. I don't know what it is, and it's not the sensitivity. It's just awkward.
That game's a resource hog, man. Like even running it on my computer, like I can't. I'm not able to like max it out.
Mm-hmm. I get encoder overload, even using FSR.
Yeah, thing. It's getting to that point where 16 gigs of RAM ain't enough no more, and like you need like at least 12 gigs on a card.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you need. Yeah, what is the 3060 Ti have? 8, right?
I think it's 8.
Yeah, so like, and that's like all. I mean, between streaming and that, of course, that's gonna do that. But yeah, so far like I'm liking the game. Like I really do like it more than the original. I like how they did the Resident Evil 2 treatment, but beyond that, like the whole castle is totally different. It's not
really
it's not even
different.
the same at all. Like the village part, you're like, oh, okay, this is all familiar, And then you go to the castle, you're like, whoa, like nothing about the castle is the same. All the cutscenes are different. All the fights in the areas are different. Like it's not even the same game at that point. And I'm liking it. Like for better, I think for the better, not for worse, but I do like it. Minus the merchant's voice. And I agree with Ash. Like Ada's voice is kind of like, like I'm not a fan of her voice, but I mean,
so I just watched some videos today too, and they added some cool features. Like, so if you do New Game Plus, when you get to the village in the beginning, like how when the clock tower strikes, everyone leaves or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You can snipe it.
You can snipe it. Like you can snipe it, and then like you can if you in the castle, the part where those people are pulling the levers. There's like a part where you have to stop people from like pulling levers to like advanced sequence. I forget what part it is. But you can set up traps at the levers so it skips a whole scene, a wave of enemies in like a whole scene. Because like when the people go to pull a lever, like it's like I can't remember the part for the life of me right now. But like I just watched like someone doing it today on YouTube.
I'm gonna have to look it up and see what lever. Because the only thing I can think of a lever. Well, there's two parts. Yeah, there's a part where you have to get the head piece.
Yeah.
In there, and then there's a lever there. Like I sniped one of them, but the other one you can't see because they don't spawn there. But I guess you could technically walk around and do that because there's no enemy there. You either kill that one and that's it. So yeah, I think that might be the scene you're talking about. Because the other one I can think of is that whole cutscene where you get trapped and then you have to play as Ashley. Which that part wasn't that bad. I think.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. Actually, I do remember clearly they made Ashley's side easier in the remake compared to the original.
Yeah, they did. Well, yeah, because it was more annoying in the original. I mean, and I was kind of like the only downside is like you got no health. So like once you get hit once, that's it, you're dead. Like but on the plus side, it's like when you're playing with Ashley and Leon, it's easier because you don't have to worry about her health. Like if she just drops down, you pick her up and then you're good. If she drops down and then she gets hit again, then she's dead. And you start over. So, but yeah, I think Capcom did a good job with this remake, and I might have to make another video because I made a video about Resident Evil 4 remake saying, did we really need a remake? And I might have to like answer that question now because I think
Ashley is also less annoying. Thank God for that.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because she doesn't listen. Like I'll say stay back, and she's still like right behind me. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and then you're getting grabbed by one and. Like, it was so annoying. Like, so there's one part, and I don't remember me doing that. The part where the two chainsaw ladies come out. I put her in the locker, and then out of nowhere, she's being grabbed because she's running to me. I was like, what are you doing running to me? I never called you.
Oh, so what's interesting about that is that if you run like a certain distance away from her while she's in the locker, like the AI will detect that, and she'll just walk out of the locker.
Oh, so that's why.
Yeah.
I was like, I never called you. Like, why are you coming? And I had to go around the whole map to save her.
I think that's a dumb feature. I feel like the only time she needs to jump out of the locker is like if you actually leave that early area or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But there's that. The new controls for Ashley. I mean, I feel like they're a bit more simpler. I think.
Yeah.
I never use the spread out or get closer thing. I just have her be close to me at all times and stuff. So but yeah. Other than that, her personality is definitely more palatable. To be perfectly honest with you, way better. She's a lot more mature. I'm just happy. I like it. They actually improved her for the better. Well, people may disagree with me with that because Ashley is like a annoying character to like, but I'm like I can't stick with it. I can't stick by it. I don't know.
Well, because they try to make it less cheesy in this one. Even though Leon still has like the cheesy lines of, where's everyone going? Bingo,
Bingo.
Yeah. And there's some like other lines he says like this guy.
Who thinks that to themselves?
Like, I know. He says it out loud. Yeah.
Like, no, I know he says it out loud, but he's still like talking to himself.
Yeah.
Like, who, like,
I mean, we don't know if he's talking to himself. He's talking to somebody else that he thinks is there. Not just kidding.
Right.
Yeah, maybe there's something wrong with Leon we don't know about. You got to find out. Like, Raccoon City's got him all messed up, So he's like, but yeah, like it's hilarious. Like, there's some other stuff that he says. I'm just like, man, like I wanted to record it because like, why would this guy do that? I do want to point out the minecart. There's a minecart level, and
I did play that.
All in my head was the Donkey Kong music, like the minecart level.
Same.
Like
saying that was a bit interesting. Like I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, Resident Evil 4. I do think it's a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because like I like it a lot, and it is a 10 out of 10, but it's different from like Breath of the Wild 10 out of 10. Because like Breath of the Wild 10 out of 10 is like a 10 out of 10, where this is like a 10 out of 10. Like it's different if you know what I'm saying.
So it's an 8 out of 10.
I guess maybe.
I'm giving it a 9.
No, it's a 10. It's a lowercase TEN versus a capital TEN.
Lowercase 10.
You know?
It's one of those things. It's subjective. You know what I mean? Like you can't compare a rap song to a country song, even though they're both perfect songs. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I might play some of it today. Who knows? Because I started playing Twilight Princess again, and that kind of like sucked me in. So, or that and Soul Calibur 2. I got into Soul Calibur 2 again, which amazing Soul Calibur. If you haven't played it, highly recommend it. Moving on to our next topic. Let's actually talk about Tears of the Kingdom because we were talking about Breath of the Wild. So, Tears of the Kingdom. Did we all see the gameplay and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts?
Really good.
I don't know. We'll see. If they make it like a crafting heavy game, like it's going to be kind of annoying. It's not, and they need to have like they didn't show any dungeons, which worries me because I want some more traditional dungeons.
Yeah,
because I feel like the beasts in Breath of the Wild were good, but they weren't as good as they could be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
I probably want to show that off because it might be a hot topic for some people.
At least the entrance, you know what I mean, or like something, you know what I mean. Like you didn't have to go in it, but like at least like show where it is or something.
I doubt there'll be shrines, but who knows?
How many Korok seeds do you think they're going to be in this game?
Oh God.
I don't know. I hope they don't bring that back.
Oh
right?
God.
Yeah, dude.
Because that was like the biggest troll in the world. Like the final reward you get for finding all of that, it's like not even worth anything.
Can you be like? Can you imagine racing and be the first guy to find all of it, and then like it's nothing?
Yeah, that was a troll move. I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose to laugh at people.
Big old emoji.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude.
But
yeah. If it's if they focus, like crafting is a good like add-on, you know what I mean? Like, but if it's the focus is mainly on crafting, I think it's gonna take it, for me at least, take it from like a 10 out of 10 to like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it's just to replace the way you travel and the way you get weapons.
Yeah, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's like I said, as long as the whole core gameplay aspect doesn't rely on crafting, I think it looks great. Other than that, you know what I mean?
Because there are mods on Breath of the Wild where there's crafting mods. There's mods to where you find wood and iron ingots and steel and all that stuff to take it to a blacksmith to build you a weapon. So there's mods in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, they're there. I've seen people stream it, but so they have mods that are like that. So I can kind of see where Nintendo like got their ideas by looking at the modding community. Like, oh, all the stuff that people can do. Like, let's just go ahead and make it part of the game.
Yeah.
Which, and I'm cool with it, but like I need them to put another development team on Zelda games to make the top-down Zelda games again too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because there needs to be like, that's why I hate that everything went to the Switch instead of like the handheld and the Nintendo console, because now we don't get like the same amount of like games that we used to.
Yeah.
In the franchise.
Yeah, like I get where you're getting with that. I agree. Like the Switch could have both. Like it can do both.
Yeah.
Why not let that? Because Link's Awakening was a nice way. But like after Link's Awakening, there hasn't been nothing, and there easily could have been another 2D Zelda game, or not 2D, but like top-down Zelda game, to come out between Link's Awakening and now Tears of the Kingdom, and they didn't.
Oh yeah.
You could have done a remake. You could have done just something.
Well, they did the Skyward Sword one.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about Skyward Sword, but that doesn't count.
But nobody wanted that. Like literally, the 0 people wanted a Skyward Sword remake. Like
yeah,
or
even though like
remaster.
after finally beating it, because I had it on Wii and I just didn't care for it. I just hated the motion controls, but I finally beat it and it's actually not that bad. I did enjoy it. It's still the worst Zelda game, but I still think it's better than a lot of other games that I've played. A
Right.
lot, and it was fun. I liked the music. It was less annoying because they did do some quality of life stuff to it. But like, I would have preferred Oracle Seasons or Oracle Ages remake in the Link's Awakening graphics or something like that. Like that would have been cool. There's
Oh yeah.
Or could have done a full on remake of Minish Cap in the Wind Waker engine, like because it uses.
That would have been cool.
It uses Toon Links. Like, why not? Like, I think that would have been awesome. But
or they could have just made like a new top down game like they did because the last one I think they did was a Link Between Worlds or something, and that game was great, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome.
Yeah, they just took a Link to the Past and were like, we're gonna do this, change 3 things, and bam, new game, and everybody's like, yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
They could have went with like a Metroidvania style Zelda game and go side scrolling,
like Zelda 2.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Like they could have went back to that.
I mean, Zelda 2 is not a bad game. It's just very annoying.
It's very hard.
Yes, and I think that's why nobody likes it. Is because it's so I lie, because I said Skyward Sword was the worst Zelda game. No, it's definitely Zelda 2. And it's just because its difficulty is like insanely difficult. Like you need save states to play that game. I don't know if anybody beat it like on NES, like you're a true boss because like that game I tried playing it on
and you
on
have
3DS.
patience.
No, yeah. Like I tried playing it on 3DS and that has save states. I was like, I couldn't. Like I just kept dying.
Yeah.
What the original one doesn't have a save state, does it?
No.
Like
the original one is interesting because it has like top down sections and it also has like side sections and it's like it reminds me of Keith Courage. Have you ever played Keith Courage? Such a good game, which is funny. That the game is hard too. I don't know why I think that one's better than Zelda 2. I don't know. Maybe some type of bias in me.
Because I think you expect something certain out of Zelda, but not out of the other game. You know what I mean? Like you expect something out of that franchise versus another.
Yeah, because I literally like Keith's Courage is the 2D Zelda or is the side-scrolling Zelda sections, but just the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. Like you just got enemies after enemy, too many enemies. Like there's at one point like their enemies are coming so fast that you can barely move because they're coming off the screen so fast. So you have to like keep hitting them. But yeah, good game if anyone played it. But back to Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. The crafting thing, I do worry, like, because I hate crafting in games. Like, I just hate crafting. I never crafted in any game. Like, they give you that option. I usually try to skip it if I can, unless I get stuck. Like RPGs, if I get stuck, I'll go back and like Xenoblade Chronicles, I would do the gem crafting because I was like, oh great, like I can't beat this part. Let me see if I can get better gems to get better weapons, or in like Final Fantasy IX, the crafting there. So I hope that's not the main focus of that game, but I don't mind it. And I agree, like I hope dungeons are also in it because that was the biggest thing that was missing to me. Like shrines are okay, but they're not dungeons. Like they're not even close. Like I want traditional.
They're more just mini puzzles, mini games.
Yeah, they're like side content. There you just do like I need more real dungeons. So I hope that's in the game as well. Ash, did you give your thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom yet?
I have not. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much excited for the crafting system in the game, mainly because I'm one of the kinds of people that just love to experiment on what I can do within the game itself. I do understand your concern about crafting being the core focus and stuff, which I hope they give people different ways of playing this at the game. If you want to play traditional, you can just find weapons throughout the entire game and just do it that way. Or if you just want to be a person who experiences everything, then there's a crafting system. I hope Nintendo or the team sees that and just kind of like diverse it in a way to where you can there's like a lot of replay value to the game itself, you know?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I hope so too. Like, I guess one of those things, like, don't know. And Pan, did you give your thoughts?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, I thought you were just
you
only
okay, James?
trying to. I am not okay because I thought because I know we were talking about it, but I thought we were just discussing like what your thoughts were.
Did you black out like temporarily?
I did. I had
It's all good. It happens to me too.
I was just wondering. I gave I swore I replied to Mike and then like gave my 2 cents.
Well, yeah, you replied to Mike, but I was like, I wasn't sure if you were just commenting on what he said because then we started talking about like older Zelda games and I was like, oh, where am I at? Yeah, so I guess we'll have to wait to see. Like, I'm still excited. Like the world,
it's soon, bro. It's gonna come here before we know it, dude. It's already April 2nd, dog.
How many days? Somebody count the days. Like how many actual days we have?
Let's see. It's the 2nd today. So,
how many days till May 12th?
Ask chat.
40 days.
How
40 days. 40 days.
40 days.
40 days. May 12th is the day it comes out, right? May 12th.
Yeah.
May 12th. Yeah.
40 days.
40 days.
Man.
I've already got my pre-order in. I'm upset that I couldn't get the collector's edition, but whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't get the collector's edition, but I copped the OLED and the controller.
Yeah, so, I want the controller.
It's sold out everywhere.
Yeah. The OLED's been available for a while. I was like, I'm surprised about that.
It was available earlier today on Best Buy.
Yeah, it's been available since I got it.
I have the 12th off at both my jobs, so once 10 o'clock hits, I'm gonna be at Best Buy at 10 o'clock. Picking up my game.
10 o'clock. Love it.
Well, going home. I'm playing it.
I'm getting both digital and physical. So digital first for sure. And yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I start my new job tomorrow. So I had it requested off on my old job. Now I can't do it anymore. So I'm gonna be working.
Well, don't worry. I'll be enjoying it. Like I'll send you like screenshots and pictures and stuff like that.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I get hour lunches, so I'm probably gonna go pick it up on lunch break. You know what I mean?
Well, I remember when the Switch came out, I was working at Best Buy and I didn't come in till later on, so I came in early and I was like, all right, I'm picking up my Switch. And they're like, you can't do that. I was like, yeah, I'm picking up my Switch right now. I walked in the store. I was like, I don't clock in for like another 3 hours. And I just went in to the break room. I set up my Switch right on there and started playing it. And I played it for a good few hours before I did that. Like, yeah.
For me, I love to savor the moment. I don't want to open my Switch while I'm at work. I want to open my Switch once I get back home. I'm relaxing. Now it's alone time with you in your system and everything. You just have to go to town, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. You got to light a candle. You know what I mean? Play some sensual music. You know what I mean? Like,
it gotta be one of them Yankee candles and stuff. It gotta be apple cinnamon and whatever, bro. It's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. When it comes to music, the video game music's all I need. Like, though I will say that, like, I was kind of disappointed. The music they did play in that little direct, it was the same music from Breath of the Wild, and I'm just disappointed because I want new music. I don't want the same music from before. Like, even though I like the original music, I just want like a new overworld theme. You know.
So I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because this they're going to reuse a lot of the map from Breath of the Wild, and I think a lot of people are also upset about that as well.
Yeah, I mean because it originally Tears of the Kingdom was DLC, but they said that it got so big that they changed it to a brand new game. But like in my video, I did it for those of you watching, did a kind of like Tears of the Kingdom like I don't want to say in-depth view, but it's kind of in-depth at the same time. Like I noticed like after I finished recording, I was like, man, like I said, I'm not going to do an in-depth view. And then like I go in-depth on a lot of stuff. Like I literally go through the trailer and point out certain things out there, but I'm not like huge, like analyzing every single scene and stuff like that. But like I was looking around the map that they showed when he dropped off, and there's quite a lot of new structures there that weren't there in the original game. So I think it will be different enough. I mean, hopefully, right? It'll be more different than A Link Between World is to A Link to the Past, if that makes sense. Because
well, I was going to ask, like, with this game, like, what are your thoughts in terms of like where it is in the timeline, right? Because everyone's saying based on the timeline, Breath of the Wild is towards the end,
David?
Right? Like from top, Skyward Sword was the beginning, Breath of the Wild is the end.
Yeah.
But with the new Tears of the Kingdom coming out, I'm like, all right, now it feels like Nintendo's like trolling us, and like maybe it's at the beginning. Maybe this is actually the start of the franchise.
No, why think that?
No, it's a sequel to Breath of the Wild, so
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like maybe the whole
full circle. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe it's like going like technically
a full
goes
circle.
back like Calamity, right? Calamity Ganon or whatever is technically maybe he's the precursor to Demise.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because there were hints, with Skyloft, with everything going up to the sky, and then that whole story about how that happened, and then there was someone took a screenshot that made it look like one of the creatures that was there was actually the precursors to the Koroks in Skyward Sword. What are the Kiwis or whatever they're called? They look like little tree weasels, little furry.
In Skyward Sword?
Yeah, in Skyward Sword. So they're called Kiwiks.
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me see. Yeah, because now you got me interested in seeing that. Like, what is?
Yeah, but like someone snapped a picture of like a screenshot of the gameplay, and they're like, "This looks like a kiwi."
What's it called? Kiwi?
Kikwi. Kiky or Wi. Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, maybe Nintendo's just trolling us, like they're trying to like throw hints and like making people guess one thing and then in reality it's the other.
I don't think so. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was gonna say the only thing is like if they did that, then where would the next game go?
Yeah,
because then it would kind of like mess up the whole timeline because then it's just.
I mean, the games in timeline don't come out in chronological order.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right, but it's still then how everything goes, so then it's just not as like exciting, I guess. Yeah.
Like to me, I think because people think that it's all the things that converge into one timeline, but my thing is always that
the timeline doesn't even make sense.
Well, the timeline makes sense up until this point. That and like the hero dying timeline kind of is like, it's more like the hero dying timeline is like a what if timeline. But all the best games are in that timeline too. So like a lot of the best games are in that timeline.
It's not a what if. It's that you're going into like alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
So it's not like a what if. It's just like what in Ocarina of Time when he goes back in time. It's just like if this happens, this if this happens, that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So. And I think like them saying like, oh, it's all the timelines converge in Breath of the Wild. I don't think so. My theory is that it does takes place in the Twilight Princess timeline, only because Onuma said when Twilight Princess HD came out that after we played this game, we would understand where it falls in timeline. And they did say that Tears of the Kingdom has things that they were going to put in Breath of the Wild, but they didn't. So, and my thought is Ganon, right? If this is the Ganon that's stuck, right? And if it's Ganon at all, right? That has the chest, because we don't know if that's Ganon. That could be somebody totally different, but he's basically standing exactly how Link kills Ganon in what's it called, in Twilight Princess. So it's possible that it's him, or actually, yeah, in Twilight Princess. So I think it's that, like, you have a lot of the same areas from Twilight Princess there, even though you do have Wind Waker areas and stuff like that. But I think it falls in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all the timelines converging to this doesn't make sense. Because it pretty much means that like if he dies or lives, you get to the same point, so it doesn't matter.
So do you think the Zonai in the Tears of the Kingdom / because they were in Breath of the Wild, they just weren't like as prevalent, obviously, because they're like an ancient race. Do you think they maybe are the descendants to the Tweely, the Twilight people?
I think
like they somehow got back into got out of the Shadow Realm and are now living in that they transition to that.
I think so, because like in the Twilight Princess, right? Like in Twilight Princess, they were able to go between both realms before. Like it was just that what's his name? I forgot his name. The guy you had to fight. Like he wanted to take control of everything. And that's why he started making everything go into Twilight. So I think I think they are probably descendants, or they're probably the same people. They just changed their name over time. Kind of like how, yeah, go ahead.
I think they don't even know where they're going with this timeline.
You don't think so? Yeah, I do think that too. Yeah. Like they could probably be like, we don't care about the timeline. We're just trying to make fun games.
Yeah, I mean the whole timeline thing was to appease the fans.
That's so Nintendo, bro.
I don't think the whole timeline thing was to appease the fans. I do think that they do stuff specific to the timeline that makes sense, because like you have nods to other games within those games that make sense, like Minish Cap.
Yeah, but that's just Easter eggs, you know.
They'll have story beats like Minish Cap to Skyward
service.
Sword. Like Minish Cap to Skyward Sword had it on there, and then you found out that Minish Cap. That's how people found out. Oh, Minish Cap does take place after Skyward Sword. What else?
It's just fan service. It's just something to give the fans. You know what I mean?
It's but I mean, like Wind Waker,
it's just Easter eggs. It's not like they're actively like thinking. It's not like they're like have the mindset of the MCU. Mm-hmm. You know, like we're gonna make this game. This is planned Phase 4 down our timeline for the Zelda games.
They don't have to do it that way, right? Like, I'm not saying they have like the whole timeline planned out, but I'm pretty sure they have games in order. Like for example, Wind Waker being after Ocarina of Time, we all knew that. Like, wow, you're back in a Hyrule Castle, the Hyrule Castle. They even modeled it a lot like the Ocarina of Time Hyrule Castle. And then they even tell you the whole story of the hero of time and everything. Same thing with Twilight Princess. Everybody knew that the person teaching you was the Ocarina of Time Link. But people were like, some stuff didn't add out. And then you find out that Link, it's the Link from Majora's Mask. But it's still, the same Link, because that's the same Link as Ocarina of Time. And then that's how you started finding out, okay, there's different timelines. Because it's really when those games came out where people started theorizing, okay, it seems like there's multiple timelines there. But yeah, enough timeline talk. Let's go into our last topic of the day before we go into Video Game 20 questions. That is E3 being canceled. And I'm personally sad about it because I was watching this video about, about Star Fox. It was like the history of Star Fox. And I don't remember what the YouTube channel is because I would like to shout them out because it's a really good video. But it was the history behind Star Fox, and I found out that a lot of the Star Fox games, they were, the vision, I guess, was created during E3 because they would watch other developers, for example, what was it? There was a closed section for Starlink, or was it Starlink or was it something else? No, it was Starlink. And they had like somebody from Nintendo went and saw the Starlink game. They're like, oh, that's cool. And then they went back and then they got like Reggie. And Reggie's like, oh, wow, this was cool. And they went back and got Miyamoto. And then they saw it again. And they really liked that demo. And that's how the talks between having a Star Fox section in the Switch version happened. The other one was I believe it was the GameCube Star Fox games. Or not the GameCube, but the second GameCube Star Fox game, not Adventures, but the other one that wasn't made by Rare, was also started at E3 by somebody approaching them, and then that's how they had the talks for that. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on E3? Like, you think E3 is dead for good because it's canceled this year, and I just don't see it coming back unless Nintendo and Microsoft and everybody decides to come back next year.
Nah, yeah, it's not coming back.
It's done.
Yeah.
So the companies save out so much money hosting their own events, like the Nintendo Direct, Sony State of Play, and
they can control it.
Yeah,
they can control their own stuff.
Exactly. I actually just watched Gamers Nexus Hardware News about E3, and apparently there are a bunch of scumbags too behind the scenes. So I guess it's kind of like good riddance. They kind of shun indie developers and smaller reporters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In favor of like mega corporations that pay like more money and stuff like that.
Yeah. Which I know
just like was it the Game Awards? Freaking dude.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah. And plus like I think like there's other ones that took its place, like kind of like PAX. Yeah. PAX, like a lot of stuff happens there now and stuff. Like when you're gone for 3 years, something's gonna fill that void. You're never gonna come back.
Yeah. Yeah, and PAX is back, and I mean, but PAX to me was never a big event. Like now, the only big events you really have is Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show, and Gamescom
PAX
is never as big as
bigger.
E3. Say it again.
PAX is getting bigger, like because it's definitely way bigger now that E3's
and PAX happens twice a year
anymore.
too.
Yeah,
like it's because they have the PAX East and then they have PAX West. But yeah, I mean, if Nintendo's not gonna be there, and Nintendo was at PAX, which was funny. Like they were there, but they were just showing like their already lineup, and I'm not showing the E3. I would see that maybe they didn't like the relations they had with whoever's in charge of E3. I forget what their name is. I mean, I don't know. I think it's sad because I loved E3. It always happened around my birthday, and to me that was just like a birthday gift for me. Like all the crazy news, it was like, yes, you got this. It was always crazy, and now it's like you have Summer Game Fest from Jeff Keighley, and
Yeah. I'll watch the recaps done by another YouTuber. You know, like
we'll see. I mean, we'll have to report on that because that's our industry now. But it's like
how long did E3 last? Like over the course of what, a week?
It was a week. It was 4 days.
Monday 4 days,
through, Thursday.
Okay,
pretty much.
So I mean, if you take all the like Sony State of Play and Xbox's game shows and Nintendo Directs, and you add them all up over the course of how long they get released, it's probably about the same, like time frame wise, right? But it's over the course of the entire year because they do it snippets throughout the entire year.
Well, it wasn't just dumb. Remember, it's like you had a lot of third party stuff that would come out, and there's a lot of hands on stuff you would see. So
but most people didn't really care about that too much.
And game announcements, that was like the big thing.
Like there would be like surprise games. Like I'll always watch like IGN's views, and then they'll go through and like like I remember when Bayonetta 2 was announced, they showed Bayonetta 2 gameplay. I mean, they can't really do that. Like Nintendo might do it because they have the Treehouse Live, and they have like their own Treehouse Live event where they do show off the games that they show off in the in their Nintendo Directs, but it's still not the same. In my opinion, but I guess we'll have to see. Maybe I'm just old and I just like.
I mean,
I agree with it because it was condensed news at one time that you could watch. So now you just have like little bits fed throughout the year.
Yeah.
Which is more annoying to me because I would rather just like have something to look forward to, and especially with Nintendo. Like they announce their stuff like literally like 2 days before it like comes on, so it's not something you can look forward to. You know,
you can't take
it's not like a set date.
Yeah.
But it builds the hype though. I mean, like the Metroid remaster drop.
Yeah,
you know,
but E3 was also building hype. Like every year, you knew like this week you're not gonna get not just Nintendo. You're getting PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and EA, and microtransactions and stuff. Nah, I'm just kidding about the microtransactions. But yeah, like you'll get hype for everything being shown, and now it's like now we have Jeff Keighley, and he's gonna be like, "Yes, this game is amazing. I've been waiting for this for years to come out. Here's My Little Pony," and then you're gonna be like, really? Like
I just hate him as the face of it. Like I just hate his face. Like I just don't like his face, dude. I don't know, bro. He just seems like a snake in the grass, man. I don't know.
I agree. I agree with that. I see that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Rest in peace, E3.
It's not coming back. It'll probably be like deconsecrated like in a few years, like to get everyone hyped, like, oh, E3 is coming back and it's gonna be lame as hell. Like, so
like G4.
Yep, that lasted all of like a year.
G4.
Yeah, G4 just couldn't come back. Like I think if G4 went like the IGN route, they could have survived, but they didn't because like I don't know, they were good for the time, cable television and all this stuff, but then.
Well, if they would have never bastardized the channel and made it like a cheaters and a cops channel, you know what I mean? Like in the first place, like I probably would have lasted to today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
So
that is true. Well, rest in peace, E3. It was fun while it lasted. And I guess here's to not knowing what's going to happen next. But alrighty. And that brings us to Video Game 20 questions, where I am back on top here. And I will be giving the game. And we'll see if I can win and stay winning. Let me get my trusty pen so I can write down everything.
Who won last time?
We did. Me and Mike.
Yeah, you guys freaking got it on the last question.
Did we?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What was
it was all thanks to James's wife.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She clutched that hint out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Huh?
Yeah, my wife pointed that out.
Huh, okay.
That was the game I picked. They were struggling.
Yep.
Real hard.
Well, I gave up. Like,
yeah, Mike gave up.
No. Like I'm like,
I thought I was gonna win, but Mike gave up. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna win. And then James' wife creeping in with that.
Well, James gave up too, but he just wanted to keep going. I'm like, bro, like we're literally tapped, man. Like there's something like.
I don't like giving up. I like playing. Well, I give up, but I still struggle.
Yeah.
But you guys, it looks like we only got 5 on Twitch and 3 on YouTube, so we'll have to wait and see if you guys get help for this. But yeah, let the questioning begin.
What's up, David?
So, David.
Okay. Is the game before 2000?
No.
Okay.
Is it after 2010?
No. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say is it after 2000. I was like, that's what I thought you were actually gonna say. Is like, is it after 2000? I was like, it's not before it.
So we narrowed it down. 2000.
They call that the mix up.
2010.
Yeah. I guess we should narrow it down one more time to see what generation. We should do like 2000 and
I'd say 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a good middle.
Did it come out before 2005?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that means it's like PlayStation 2,
Xbox, and
GameCube.
GameCube. Yeah.
And handhelds.
Mm. Is it a handheld exclusive?
No.
Okay. Knocks handheld.
Knocks out handheld. Yeah. Is it? Hold on, I forgot my questions.
Were you gonna ask if it was a first party title?
Yeah. I guess we could knock that out of the way.
Do we just want to ask if it's do we want to ask that question, or actually ask if it's like a Sony exclusive, a Xbox exclusive, or
I guess we should. I guess we should start getting into the genres first, and then narrow it down. Okay. So is it RPG?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Is it what should we ask? Is
it a platformer?
Like action adventure?
Which one?
Or I guess platformer.
Okay.
So yeah, is it a platformer?
No.
Should we ask him that if it's a horror, if it's within the horror genre?
Yeah. Is it within the horror genre?
No.
Okay. Is it
first person shooter?
Are you asking, is it a first person shooter?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So we're down to action adventure or beat 'em ups or / side scrollers.
Well, yeah.
James, go through the go through a list of questions that we asked already, because I feel like
you've asked, is it before 2000? The answer was no. You asked if it was after 2010.
Just tell him your question, and then he'll tell you if he asked that instead of him reading the questions.
Was there, or maybe maybe he's trying to see the roundup, what it might be. I'll just go down it real quick because you've only asked 8 questions. Is it before 2005? Yes. Is it a handheld exclusive? No. Is it RPG? No. Platformer? No. Horror? No. And first person shooter? No.
Do you guys want to ask him if the genre is it JRPG instead of RPG?
We can. Is it a JRPG?
No. I'm gonna give you a free one though. I don't think you should have asked that question because an JRPG is an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fair, but people would like to be meticulous about that particular thing. So,
well,
not in my eyes. JRPG is an RPG.
That
would help out. If you were to say is it how can I put it? If you were to narrow it down, let's say if I said yes to an RPG and you were trying to see if it was a Western RPG or a Japanese RPG, that would have made sense. But the other way around now.
Fair. Yeah, not if he's already said no to RPG.
Mm-hmm. So I'll give you a pass on that.
Fair.
Well, it's good clarification because you said you're going to take questions literally.
Literally, yeah.
So
well, I mean, yeah, because the JRPG has RPG in it, so that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, so we've got what story-driven style games like.
So we can. Was the game a console exclusive?
No.
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down.
Okay, so it's.
Is it? Well, it has to be like an action adventure, like kind of style game. It's not
No, because again, it could be a beat 'em up style game like Dark Gauntlet. You know, where you pick a character and you're running around. It could be.
Oh, what about?
Ups.
He said he was playing Soul Calibur earlier. What if it's a fighting game?
Yeah, it could be a fighting game.
Yeah, is it a fighting game?
No. And that's 10 questions. So you have 9 questions and a guess left.
Should we ask if it's like a beat 'em up? Or
like a scrolling shooter.
I wouldn't say scrolling shooter. I'm trying to think of like
because I was thinking like Panzer Dragoon. You know how that's like a shooter, like a flying shooter, or like 1884 when you're the plane. Is that what it is, or 1892, whatever?
Yeah, it's 1942. I think.
1942. Yeah, when you're like, so is it a flying shooter? Is it a action, or we can action if it's an action RPG? But if it's not console exclusive, then that's why I'm trying to pick like a genre that's gonna go across multiple platforms. Right.
Well, I know like Panzer Dragon was only. I think it was only on Xbox, wasn't it?
No, they had it. It was originally on the Sega.
Oh yeah.
Because it's our original Sega IP, but then it branched out onto multiple consoles. Because I think it's even on the PlayStation.
Should we try to narrow down the consoles? I guess. Or that.
Well, he said it's not a console exclusive, so that wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to narrow down the genre.
If it's from 2000 to 2005.
Any help from the chat, guys? Any help from the chat?
We got 6 people watching in chat, and they need help. And that's a phone a friend.
What about like Mega Man style games? What would you call
that? Would you consider that a platformer, though?
It depends on which Mega Minions we're talking about. If we're talking about like Battle Network, side scroll, yeah.
But that was on a handheld. Battle Network's handheld only.
Yeah.
When it first came out,
they released all the Mega Man games and all the consoles. So
yeah. But back in like 2000, 2005, those were technically only on, like, I think Nintendo. Oh no, wait, Sony had the freaking 3D version of Mega Man. What was that? Mega Man X? 4 or X5 or whatever.
What about Tactics too? There's Tactics games. Should we get that?
Oh, would that be considered an RPG?
A Tactics?
Because it's technically role playing. Because RPG is pretty broad term.
I don't know if it would be considered. I guess it would still be turn-based and everything, true.
Yeah. Well, clarification on that, James. Would you consider tactics-style RPG still fall under the RPG category?
Yes.
There you go. That answers that question. Okay. Should we ask if it's a sport game? I'm not thinking Madden. I'm not thinking FIFA. I'm thinking Tony Hawk. I'm thinking Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Pro Skater.
It's not. That's a good. Is it a sports game?
No.
Okay. All right.
Because what kind of game is this, bro?
Yeah. So I mean, if we're trying to narrow down genre, I'm down to like beat 'em ups, or we actually haven't asked if it was an action adventure game.
So we should just ask if it's a beat 'em up, because that seems more James' speed. So is it a beat 'em up style game?
No.
Man.
Is it action adventure?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
We wasted so many questions.
Yeah.
We should have started
we
with
got that one.
You brought that up like 4 questions ago, Mike. Why didn't you ask that?
I don't know. I thought it was too easy in my head. Like, so it's an action adventure, third person. Because he says, "Wait, did you ask if it's a first person game or a first person shooter?"
You did. You asked if it was a first party game. I asked if it was a first person shooter, but
no, I'm saying you said first person shooter though, right?
Yeah. Are you thinking like it might be like one of the like Elder Scroll games or something, like where it's a or like first person action adventure?
Yeah. I highly doubt it, but I don't know. Like I don't think James will pick it, but
like freaking like Elder Scrolls Mist or some shit like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was like any like I don't think there was any first person action adventure game in that 5-year gap.
And for everybody joining us on Twitch and YouTube, we are playing Video Game 20 Questions, and they're trying to figure out the game that I am thinking, or not thinking, but the game that I have chosen.
Should we try to narrow down developers? There's a lot of developers. Who was big in that time?
Yes, I'm trying to remember. But it has to be a game that's not console exclusive, right? So it had to have been available for multiple platforms.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to think of.
And I think PS1 still counts in that range too. I think PS1 is still around.
Mm-hmm. It was like right towards the end of its shelf life.
Yeah.
Any help from the chat, David? What do you think?
I'm literally just looking at my games.
You guys got 6 questions and a guess left.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah.
All right.
So action adventure. It's not first person. I don't even know, dude. What could be an action that's so it's not good. I don't think it'll be a Square Enix game. It's too easy.
I think we should narrow it down to developers, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of action adventure like developers.
Because I thought of Jack and Daxter, but that's exclusive.
Yeah, and I would consider that more of a platformer, wouldn't it?
It depends, because I feel like 2 and 3 are like action adventure, like because it's more like shooting. You know what I mean, like running. Developer wise, in the early 2000s, we can knock out like Square Enix real quick.
Okay, because they'll cut out like a ton of games.
It is was it made by Square Enix?
No.
Yeah. Okay. My God, that's right. He's wearing a Kirby hat. Nah, it can't be.
No.
It's not. It had to be exclusive at that point. So now.
Yeah. I can't think of any. Because it wasn't on a handheld.
Definitely.
Well, what other developers were there? It's like Rare was a big one at the time. I feel like.
Yeah. Did Bethesda come out back then? Didn't they make like the early like Elder Scroll games?
I don't think no. Bethesda bought them.
Oh, okay.
Bought the IP to like Fallout series and stuff. Because it was another developer at first. I can't remember who it was though. But talking like action adventure, what about like Dynasty Warriors? That would technically.
Yeah, see, I would consider Dynasty Warriors a freaking beat 'em ups game.
Or more technical, a Muso type of game, if anything. So.
Because I mean, that's literally what the game is. You're running around beating people up. So that's how I would consider. That's how I would categorize that game.
I'm having like a brain fart on like action adventure games. that was multi-platform.
Yeah, and just for everybody watching again, we are doing video game 20 questions. And they're just trying to guess the game that I've chosen. I feel like I should create something on here that says video game 20 questions so that when people walk in, they don't just see us being quiet.
Right.
I don't even know. I didn't even
What about Grand Theft Auto? I can ask if it's made by Rockstar because I think Red Dead Revolver came around that time too, which would be like action adventure.
David, they have 5 questions and a guess left.
You want to see if it's made by Rockstar?
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say?
Was it made by Rockstar?
No, it was not made by Rockstar. And that is 15 questions.
The only other developer I can think of are like Rare.
Who made the God?
Who made what?
I was trying to remember because that movie just came out, Dungeons and Dragons, and there's so many games based on that.
Neverwinter Nights. Oh.
Even that, yeah. But I was thinking Baldur's Gate for whatever reason.
Who made those? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Oh, Obsidian, I think.
Because there was a bunch of. Should I just ask if it's in the Baldur's Gate series? Because there have been multiple Baldur's Gate games. We're looking for an action adventure game that came out between 2000 2005.
Multi-platform. Wouldn't that technically be an RPG?
Well, Baldur's Gate, yeah.
Yeah, because it's role playing.
It's action RPG, so I guess it depends on like how
definition.
How you wanna.
Because it's technically like has all the elements of an RPG though.
Yeah,
like leveling up and stuff. And those games are awesome. Oh. No, never mind.
4 questions and a guess.
Call of Duty? Oh, no, it's not a first-person shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, because you already said it was not a first-person. Yeah. Do we want to ask if it's like based on an IP or a franchise? Like if it's Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or anything like those, because those came out around that time.
Yeah, that's true.
2000 to 2005, that was like big into the Harry Potter stuff.
Was it? I already asked if it's a Rockstar game. David, it's not a Rockstar game. That was a good one though. I didn't think about that one. Yeah. So is the game based on IP?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Is it based on the Harry Potter IP?
No, it is not.
Okay. All right.
What was the other one you said?
So it's based on an IP, but not Harry Potter.
Let me see.
What
game? What was the other game you said?
Me?
Yeah, you said Harry Potter and what other game? Like when we were talking about it?
Oh, it's a Lord of the Rings.
Wait, Lord of the Rings has an action adventure one. Like they have like action adventure game that was multi-platform. Like they had Lord of the Rings, I think Return of the King and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, that's
so we can ask if it's based off. Is it based on Lord of the Rings?
No.
Back to square one. So what IP was big at that time?
Yeah, that's what I'm
one question left. One question left.
So there's one there's one IP I can think of that was sort of big. Actually, that's not sort of. It was big. It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I forgot what the name of the game was, but it was also on multi-plat. It was also multi-plat as well. It was on GameCube, PlayStation, and also on Xbox.
Oh, it's the best guess as I have, because I don't know. The two ones, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings,
and man, I just wish I remember the name of that game. That's the problem. Because it was action adventure. It was mainly 3D. Play get to play as all the turtles and everything. I'm just like, okay.
Should we ask?
We have one question left.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, are we at 19? Is this our 19th question?
This will be your 19th question, your final question.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else.
I mean,
unless we choose like Star Wars or something, because Star Wars had a lot of like action adventure games.
Before we ask, I'll let you guys think a little bit longer and see if you guys have a better suggestion.
I say we either ask if it's Star Wars or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm fine with the Turtles.
Okay, is it based off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, it is not.
Of course not.
Okay. Can I guess the game?
You can guess the game.
All right, is it Star Wars Jedi Academy?
It is not.
Oh man, that would have been so clutch if you got that.
That was the only other thing I could think of.
It can't be Devil May Cry because Devil May Cry was console exclusive. It was only on the PlayStation.
Which game is this?
Yes.
I need to know.
Shout out to all 9 viewers here on Twitch. You guys came for my victory right here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. The game that I chose is based on an intellectual property on a license. It is The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Wow.
Released in 2003 on GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Windows.
How do I forget about that game? How?
You guys were moving closer. When I heard GTA, I was like, oh man, like they're getting there. They're getting there.
Yeah.
I guess we should ask if it was a GTA style type game.
GTA style.
Oh
how
man.
How to forget about Hit and Run? That makes some sense.
But nice try. I have won. Yes. And I sit at the throne. And I will not be going easy next time neither. I'll be making sure I pick a game that nobody has ever played. No, just kidding.
Who is it next week?
Me again, because remember we say whoever wins, you continue onto your dethrone.
I thought we voted against that, didn't we?
No, that's what I thought it was. Like you keep going until you lose, and then it rotates to the next person.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So now,
because once James loses, it goes to Ash. So
yep. So nice try, but wasn't good enough, unfortunately. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody who came in for the stream today. Definitely appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Our goal for this month is 250 subscribers. Well, I mean, 50 subscribers more, so we can be at 250. And when we hit that 250 subscriber goal, we will be doing our video game relay race, where we will pick teams. We'll probably do a random like generator type deal. We'll pick teams between us 4. And we'll have a relay of games to play and basically how fast we can go through them. So it's going to be pretty fun. It'll be a live stream that we'll do. And it's just to celebrate us being a quarter of the way to getting to a YouTube partner, which I'm very excited for. I think we're all excited for that. Yeah, and also don't forget to follow us on Twitch and share the stream. We definitely, we wouldn't have gotten here without you. So we do really appreciate your support. And just, share with everybody you know. Let people know what we do, the content we make. We will have more videos up on YouTube. Mike's video should be up by either Tuesday or Wednesday. There's still some stuff that I have to do for it, but yeah, he'll have a video up Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we should have at least one more video up by the end of the week as well. I did drop a what's next for Mario video, as well as a Tears of the Kingdom video, so definitely check those out on YouTube as well. And yeah, and the April game list will be the one that we'll have up later on this week. So you can see all the great games coming out in April. Ash, where can they find you at? Where can they find you at?
Instead of me talking about my channel, I just want to congratulate on the Random Counters sub goal of hitting 200. Congrats. So that's all I got to say about that.
Appreciate that. You guys are part of this thing, because we wouldn't have gone there without you guys too being part of the podcast. Yeah. What about you?
Peace out, David.
Later, David. Thanks for stopping by. What about you, fam? Where can I catch you at?
I mean, you can find me on Twitch and YouTube at Phaneckswhy, and here every Sunday.
And Friday.
Sometimes Friday when I don't have computer problems.
Yeah.
So yeah, I figured all that stuff out. SSD safe. It was a driver issue, so I didn't lose all my ROMs.
So it was a driver issue.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a driver issue.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't. That's why it wouldn't show up in the operating system.
Nice.
And why it wouldn't show up in the BIOS, because even though I had it plugged in, when I plugged it into an external,
I I do want to test out something with you after the stream, but we'll do that after. What about you, Mike? Where can they catch you at?
Right here, forever.
That's right. He's locked in here forever and can never leave.
Yeah.
On this
I'm chained to this desk right now.
Exactly. That's all he does. That's why you can't see underneath him. That's all you see. And of course, me, you can catch right here as the other side of the random encounter, where we just have fun and just dominate in video game 20 questions. I appreciate everybody showing up. My name is James from the Random Encounter, and we will see you guys next time.